Wow, they got my baby up in here. This is look like it. Wow. And I don't know if you can park here. She's a reserve. I guess we'll see. Regional staff. I don't know. What the hell? Where do you park if you're visiting? I'm not parking all the way down there. I'm the type of person that run from problems. I'm the type of person whereas if things are not going according to how I think it should go, or things seem so complicated, I'm a runner. I will break up in a relationship so fast, it's not even funny. I wouldn't care about how much I love the person or anything. It's just that when I feel as though the relationship has become complicated and things just start to be worrisome and things are not flowing, I certainly run. However, in this relationship, I was doing therapy and I didn't do a lot of running. I sat a lot in my feelings and talked about a lot of things. I recently just left out the hospital. I was in the hospital because I was having like heart palpitations, and also they were saying my heart rate was beating at 80 and dropping to 40. I started to realize that I was stressed beyond stress. Again, reiterating how much I'm a runner. I wanted to run from all my problems. I literally wanted to say, I don't want to be a mom anymore. I don't want to do anything anymore. Everything has become too much, overwhelming. I have to run. Unlikely, we can't just do that. But I did run. I ran to Colorado for a couple of days. I chose Colorado because one, it's a peaceful state, at least to me. And two, that's where my boo was located. They sent him from New Jersey and they sent him to Colorado. Why did they send him from New Jersey to Colorado? Because Colorado have a bigger detention center. New Jersey is just placed temporarily for 100 to 110 people, unlike Colorado has more space for 1,500 people. So I went to go see him, and unfortunately the visit was not what I expected. It was definitely behind a big thick glass with little tiny wires where you had to kind of like look through the holes to see a big picture of him. I was like, damn, in New Jersey we was able to touch, we was able to hug and stuff like that, and Colorado make it appear as though they're in jail. Now let's get into the fact that although the immigrants are put inside a detention center, it's not considered jail. There's considered a detention center, which is considered like a holding place until they're able to send them to their location, deport them, let them stay in the United States, or whatever the conclusion will be with them. But I'm not gonna lie though, when I went to go see him, it felt good. Even though I wasn't physically able to touch him or see him the way I wanted to, it just felt very warming to be in his presence, and I just shared so many thoughts, and we just talked and talked and talked as if we never talked before. Usually the visit was for like an hour, but they gave me accommodation for 2 hours since I traveled so far. The flight was probably like 4 hours. I got there literally 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's like nothing was open. So I stayed in the airport. That was the first time I ever stayed in the airport and actually slept in the airport. And that morning I got my car and I went straight to go and see him. I spent a lot of time. I did some hiking. I went to some waterfalls. I also went to the Red Rocks. I was gonna go to hot balloon ride, but I was kind of scared, and I'm like, you know what, I didn't come here for this, so I'm not gonna do it. Stayed in a hotel literally across the street from him, and I guess being in the hotel across the street from him, it felt good. I really felt like, you know, we were really next to each other. I loved it. I really did. It felt good to me. It felt good to know that he was in literally across the street from me. I was able to visit him on Friday and Saturday for 2 hours. And you have to get there early in the morning because they only have 14 seats. So visitation starts at 7. You have to get there about 5:36 so you could just get a ticket. If you're not there by 5:36, the locals would already grab a ticket and they'll be going to go see their peoples. What's happening now? So basically, he just sitting in the detention center. The appeal process takes between 6 to 12 months. I'm not sure if he's going to go through with the appeal, but he's waiting for a bond hearing. So basically, he's not entitled to a bond hearing because the charge was a drug charge, and you're not entitled to a bond hearing. In the state of Colorado, they got this thing called hibiscus corpus, whereas he will be able to say that he's been incarcerated or he's been detained for such a long period of time. They may consider letting him have a bail hearing. So he have to go ask for a bail hearing, and if they give him a bail hearing, then he goes to the bail hearing and present his case and say why he needs to be out, why he fighting his appeal. Came to the conclusion that if the bail hearing doesn't go through, that he will not go through with the appeal because he do not want to sit in there for no 12 months waiting for an appeal. And I definitely understand, because I wouldn't even want to sit in there just waiting for a bond hearing. So I'm supporting his decision, whatever he decides to do. He's been in there approximately almost 6 months, and they said that he can go for a hibiscus corpus between 6 to 7 months. I go back to see him? Absolutely. I had a great time. Not besides going to see him, I had a great time in the facility. I had a great time in Denver. I had a great time in Aurora. It was really nice. The only thing about Denver is that it's like open space, really open space. When you drive and you can see absolutely everything. So if you're trying to run from the cops, you're going to get caught, because they're going to see you from here all the way to the end of the block. There's no like exit. It's just like a one way in, one way out. I'm very uncomfortable with that part where I see that. I say, okay, I'm going to go to the left and go out this way. And I see that it's cornered in. I'm like, Dad, they sit here wasting all this damn concrete space. But there's definitely not, when you're driving, there's not a lot of ins and outs. It's literally like straightforward in, straightforward out. I wasn't comfortable with that, but hey, that's Denver. I met a nice couple there. I believe they were 66 or 671, one of them. And their name was Laura and Phil. So Laura and Phil showed me around Denver, and we had a good time. And I told them I'm definitely going to be back. So guys, I am refreshed. I'm back. That's an update on my boo whilst he's being detained in Aurora, Colorado. If you want to donate to the GoFundMe as far as to help him with his appeal process, help him with his bond hearing, please do so. The link is in my bio. And of course, we appreciate all the support, and you guys have an amazing day.